Hello friends! Today we have yet another makeover, and this one is the biggest one yet. We are going to take the garage conversion and turn it into a sunroom. This gallery of pictures from the archives is rather embarrassing, but they show the progression through the years from a room that was just storage to actual work zones and craft zones, which gave us the idea for how we could use this space. Matt and I invite you to join us today as we transform this garage conversion into a beautiful, light-filled sunroom in 1 week. Every good DIY remodel transformation begins with a good before. This is the stage where we started when we were convinced, okay, let's move ahead from a poorly done garage conversion into a useful, beautiful sunroom. By this stage, we had been purging for months on end, and you can see there on the wall, Matt has tested to see what's behind the paneling, and we discovered there was more paneling. In preparation for this remodel, we sold a lot of furniture on Marketplace, and I think I purged down probably half of my art collection. Then we created zones to try to get an idea of how we would use this space once it was finished. Matt and I jointly own a painting business. I own my online Stone Cottage home business, which means we need 2 office spaces. We need a spot for the treadmill so that we can exercise during inclement weather. Plus, I was wanting somewhere to quilt and a nice place to curl up and read a book. Even though it's a nice large room, that is still a tall order, and it will take some creative arrangement of furniture to pull it all off. Demo day has arrived, and Matt begins by pulling off the paneling. Well, the first layer of paneling. The second layer was put on very well, so we decided we would try to mud all of the seams to make it a smooth wall and then paint that. Removing the first layer of paneling brought with it our first quandary in this project. It exposed the concrete lip that is put into every garage, and we weren't quite sure how we were going to attach a normal looking baseboard to that, but we kept on working and figured we'll figure it out as we get there. This wall separates the garage from the laundry room and is where I have my quilting design wall. Matt spent about a day mudding and re-mudding the seams on that cheap paneling, and no matter how much mud he put on there, they were still showing. So, in the end, we decided to go ahead and sheetrock the entire room, and this worked out perfectly for solving our little concrete lip problem. The sheetrock rested perfectly on top of the concrete lip, and we were able to find baseboard that was just tall enough to cover the concrete. While we were bummed for the wasted day of labor, the sheetrock made it much easier to move forward. Still selling furniture in the midst of the remodel, that chair there is awaiting a Marketplace pickup. Okay, day 3. All the sheetrock is up and it has been textured. We're now waiting for everything to dry. It is looking so much better, and I just love all the natural light coming in. Those windows there, which were the 2 garage doors you can see, took me an entire day to get that clean, and the light just flooded in. I can hardly wait to see what this looks like with furniture and art and new flooring. This is definitely a case where vintage is not cool. I really have no idea how old this carpet is, but it was fantastic to get it out of the house. Our next step is to choose some type of flooring that is affordable and looks cohesive with the rest of the house. We want to have a good flow from room to room so that this, quote, conversion looks intentional. We decided to go with a warm gray-brown laminate snap-together wood flooring. I am just blown away with how different this space looks already. On days 4 and 5, we retextured the walls in the areas that needed it, installed the flooring, which was tricky to cut around that hearth over there, and finally installed baseboard. All of this was definitely some very long days and very late nights, and I'm so grateful to Matt for being willing to tackle a project this big. We can see that the end is in sight, and we're starting to talk about paint colors for the wall. As I am sure you know, if these are projects that you do, things are going to get worse before they get better. The mini splits have finally arrived from Amazon. We will be installing one head in the laundry room and one in the sunroom so that we can finally enjoy temperature controlled areas. Day 6 and the paint is going up. We decided to color drench walls, ceilings, and baseboard in our lovely silky smooth universal khaki, and I couldn't be happier. While Matt is the expert at running the paint sprayer, he is patient and lets me have a hand every once in a while. I must say it is very satisfying and such a quick transformation. Here's the pro at work, and you can tell straight, steady lines, quick progress, thorough coverage. It may be boring to watch paint dry, but it is not boring to watch Matt spray it on. Have any of you heard of the new trend of color drenching before? I don't know if it's been around for a while, but it's new to me and I love the outcome. It's very unifying and cohesive. The room is completely painted and we've begun moving in furniture and art. I would like to differentiate the mantle that is on top of this brick half wall just to give it a little bit more presence and definition. This is where the wood-burning stove used to be, and should we put one back, I really think this would make it look a little more elegant. We are almost finished with this garage to sunroom transformation. The very last thing is to install the mini splits. One of the heads will go here and one in the laundry room. Even though we both have gained confidence in DIY projects over the years, it's still a bit nerve-wracking to drill a huge hole through the sheetrock and eventually the exterior brick wall. But Matt did a perfect job. Friends, I'll spare you all the boring parts of installing the mini splits. I'll just say how grateful we are to have a space that is so comfortable to use. Sit back and relax and let's enjoy the completed sunroom. As you can see, we have been able to carve out of this room 2 office spaces, a place to exercise, a lovely couch for curling up with a coffee and a good book, and a place for my sewing machine so that I can quilt. If you've been around the channel for a little while, you would have seen a couple of videos back where we did a full makeover on our utility laundry room and turned it into a butler's pantry. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you to go back and take a peek. It has lots of really good DIY ideas. Now these 2 spaces that constituted the garage conversion feel like a part of our home. They are so much more functional and enjoyable to be in. I found this roll-top desk on Marketplace for $100. And Matt found that standing cabinet on the side of the road. The love seat there, again, off Marketplace for $65. I believe I could say this entire room has almost completely been furnished from Marketplace. Now, just for fun, let's flip through the gallery of pictures and watch this room evolve from a garage conversion to a light-filled, comfortable, functional sunroom. I still can't believe we did this in 6 days. It was a very long, hard 6 days, but it was so worth it. I find it fascinating to watch the transformation on each wall, even though I know that this took years of time to bring to fruition. Here's the back wall that separates the garage from the laundry room. For many years, this back wall held my quilting design wall, but once we redid the room, I positioned it to a side wall so that I wouldn't be looking straight into the sun while I was sewing. I just can't get over all of that beautiful golden natural light that floods into this room. It feels like we have an addition on our house. On this side of the sunroom, tucked in the corner, is Matt's home office. He has everything he needs right at his fingertips. So functional. On this super comfy sofa, I have enjoyed my devotionals in the morning as well as typing away on blog posts for you. I came across this desk that was perfect for a sewing desk off of Marketplace for $100. For some reason, that seems to be the magic number. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you found this video and the blog post inspiring and helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. And until next time, take care.